unbelievable IQ. He understands the sport. He looks at it in a mental sense. He knows what he needs to do.
And I said, yes, he did. He said, well, if Ray Leonard could beat Marvelous Marvin Hagler, then Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez.
Terence got a great chance to beat him, man. You know what I mean? Terence can box, Terence can move, Terence can punch. You know what I mean? Terence ain't gonna be doing like Skull.
Lennox Lewis is stunned by Terence Crawford's brutal training for the Canelo fight. He praises Crawford's discipline and sharp boxing IQ, noting that when Crawford locks in with focus, he knows exactly how to win. Lewis highlights that such preparation shows Crawford is fully ready for the challenge.
Stay at the top and be at the top. He moves very well. He's a very elusive mover, and his work rate is high.
I won't ask you who's going to win the fight because I know it's a question you've probably been asked a million times, but I will ask you, do you think this fight goes the distance, or do you think this fight ends inside the distance?
Interesting.
Terence Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, has made it clear that the moment is not overwhelming his fighter. According to Bomac, there is no pressure on Terence for this historic clash against Canelo Alvarez. He explained that Crawford has approached this fight with full focus, treating it as another challenge in his storied career. Bomac emphasized that Crawford knows exactly what needs to be done inside the ring. His preparation has been sharp, deliberate, and focused on execution. For Crawford, this is not about the weight of the occasion, but about proving himself as the pound-for-pound best. Bomac insists that his fighter is mentally calm, physically ready, and strategically aligned to shock the boxing world.
Have a fight rather than maybe boxing.
No, I don't think there's no pressure on Terence because Terence gonna fight the way that he's used to fighting. So by saying all that stuff that Turkey say or anybody else say, that doesn't bother Terence not one bit. You know, we train for one way, the way we're gonna fight, and that's the way we're gonna get the job done.
When people talk about this fight and they talk about the outcome of the fight, the sort of narrative online is that, look, Terence was moving up in weight. We all know Terence can crack. When that fight was made with Errol Spence, it was seen as a 50-50 fight, and in reality what it was one of the most destructive performances I've ever seen. Should fans be surprised if Terence could manage to stop Canelo?
I think that fans are going to be surprised when he dismantled Canelo. You know, the more time goes on, the more time Terence can settle into that weight, the worse it's off for the opponent.
The last one for me, because I know this time is now at that minute as you were talking, so I just have one more question. If he manages to get through Canelo Alvarez, does that cement his place on the Mount Rushmore of boxing?
You just answered the question.
Rhetorical.
Legendary commentator Larry Merchant drew a powerful comparison between historic fights of the past and the upcoming Crawford versus Canelo showdown. Merchant recalled the famous bout where Sugar Ray Leonard defeated Marvin Hagler, a fight many thought Leonard had little chance of winning. He pointed out that Crawford's situation mirrors that moment in boxing history. According to Merchant, the equation is strikingly similar. The smaller, faster technician facing a naturally bigger, stronger champion. Just as Leonard used skill, movement, and ring intelligence to outmaneuver Hagler, Merchant believes Crawford has the style to do the same against Canelo. He noted that victory will come through sharp footwork, timing, and the ability to control the pace of the fight. In Merchant's eyes, the blueprint has already been written in boxing's history, and Crawford has the tools to follow it to perfection.
And all that. If he can't touch you, you know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean?
Now, did watching that make you feel like Terence Crawford has better than a 50% chance after watching? I know we've seen him against Laura back in the day, but now this is supposed to be a new and improved Canelo.
Yeah. I think, like I said, Terence got a great chance to beat him, man. You know what I mean? Terence can box, Terence can move, Terence can punch. You know what I mean? Terence ain't gonna be doing like Skull. Terence gonna fight you. You know what I mean? He's Terence from the streets, man. You know what I mean? He know what to do. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it. And I think he's gonna wind up frustrating Canelo. You know what I mean?
So what's the right way? Because Skull was moving too much. Is as soon as he as soon as you turn him, then is that when you start firing off?
Well, see, the thing is, the right way, the way I would have my fighter doing is I'm boxing him, you know what I mean? And he coming at me, I'm hitting him, pop, 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 pop. And soon he gets set, I'll tie him up. Walking to the center. You know what I mean? We cruise to the ropes and do the same thing. Good. Keep on frustrating. Hit with the jab. Boom, boom. Keep on moving, but also hitting him, though. You know what I mean? And he gets frustrated, then he let his guards down. And it's a good night.
Respected trainer Buzzy Ennis dropped a bold statement when discussing the fight. He argued that Canelo Alvarez has shown moments of frustration in the past, particularly when facing slick mobile fighters, and warned that Terence Crawford is the exact type of fighter who can make Canelo lose patience. Unlike William Skull or other opponents who lacked the skill to trouble Canelo, Crawford is a master at creating angles, landing clean counters, and forcing his rivals into uncomfortable positions. Andis believes this fight will not be about brute strength, but about who can impose their rhythm. If Crawford succeeds in frustrating Canelo, it could open the door for a career to fin fighting. Victory.
Please subscribe my YouTube channel, Boxing Fight Scope, for latest news of boxing.